moving in then to from workouts to diet, because I know diet is really important, and you always talk about people ask you how do you get your 4-pack or whatever, and you're always like, what you eat is really important. So why don't you talk about your diet and I guess historically what you've eaten and then what you eat now.
Okay, so I've been on, okay, I'll talk about the historically part first. So again, I always tell people I would always work out, but I wasn't eating correctly. So while I was bulking up, I wasn't kind of cutting the places that I wanted to be cut in. That was because I was eating a lot of carbs that I didn't eat. I was eating a lot of sausage. While it's unhealthy, sausage is really good, and I tear it up. But those are the type of things you have to kind of get rid of your diet. You don't need that. And I wasn't drinking enough water at the time. And so I took all those bad things out. And when I say carbs, I mean pastas and breads. The elimination of bread in itself can truly slim you down. You'd be amazed. And I have results on my website if you guys want to check it out of other people that have done the no bread challenge with us. So that was historically what I ate. So now to date, I cook 5 days a week for my lunch and 5 days a week for my dinner. That sounds crazy. Most people cannot eat leftovers. But for me, it works. I'm able to do it. And so, like my staples for breakfast, I always eat oatmeal and cream of wheat. And I put tons of healthy stuff in it, fruits, Greek yogurt, lots of hemp seeds, chia seeds, stuff like that to kind of keep me going throughout the morning. For my snacks, I always like to eat fruit. So I tell everyone, try and get fruit into your diet somehow. And for me, eating it as your snack is the easiest, kind of on-the-go way to do that. Before, I was eating like a cinnamon muffin, and I was so proud that I made these muffins, but I'm sitting down all day, and I'm like, my hips are spreading, I'm getting fat, and that's just a bad mix, okay? And so for lunch, again, I cook lunch, and lunch can range. I mean, I have recipes on my website. I'm not top chef. I'm not saying all my food tastes great, but it's healthy, you know? So a typical meal that you can never go wrong on: brown rice, vegetables, and chicken, or brown rice, vegetables, and ground turkey. So foods like that, you know, you'll never gain weight. You'll always stay lean. And then for dinner, it's kind of up in the air. And then, of course, I tell everyone I'm not perfect. I have cheat days, too. So I can eat 2 or 3 meals a week. People oftentimes mix it up with days a week. That's how people start gaining weight. So think about it, I eat about 6 meals a day. And that's 6 meals a day for 7 days. So out of all those days, I eat 3 or 4 meals that are just downright bad. Fried food, you know, chocolate, icing, all that stuff. But that's able to keep me sane because I'm a chocolate eater, and it allows me to eat soul food, you know, if I want to, but still keep a healthy diet. So that's just me in a week and what I eat.
Okay. And I'm actually really glad that you mentioned the cinnamon roll, or, you know, feeling proud that at first that you were eating breakfast, because I find people that I'm trying to encourage to be healthier, for instance, you know, my mom or family members, they mean well, and they go after these products that are marketed as healthy, low fat, and they're like, I'm doing everything you said, I'm eating healthy, and I'm not losing weight. So can you provide specific tips or examples of common pitfalls that people make when they try to go healthy, and then try to address that?
Yeah, absolutely. So a funny one that I found, and I found the fact that people didn't know about it. Let's just use processed meats as an example. So I do, again, diet challenges on my channel all the time, and it was no processed meats. And so a girl writes on my page, oh, I'm going to Publix to get some deli meat. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I said, do you not realize that deli meat's processed? So anything, you know, guys, that's sliced, for instance, this is just in the meat topic, that's sliced, it's in a package, and you don't have to cook it, you just pop it and go. That's like downright bad food. So a lot of people say, oh, well, it says, you know, 100% turkey, but it's, you know, already pre-sliced and ready for you to eat. It's processed. So the alternative to that is go get yourself a big turkey, cook it, and then, you know, freeze whatever you don't use. But that's just in terms of the meat. A lot of people eat fast food. They think, oh, I'm going to go get some grilled chicken. Well, guess what, guys? That grilled chicken is processed meat. It's not good for you. And along with that chicken, you're also eating all the bread that you probably don't need unless you're really, really active. So that was the pitfall that I see, because people oftentimes feel that, oh, I'm going out to eat, I'm going to go get chicken breast, but it's really not healthy. So healthy, you know, if the butcher has it, it's at a meat store, and people are cooking it, or you're cooking it yourself, that's kind of the healthy route to go. Same thing applies to snacks. Like I said, pitfalls, a lot of people eating granola bars. Granola bars, you know, high in fructose corn sugar. That means all that sugar is sticking to you. So instead of that granola bar, I always suggest eat fruit. getting a pound of bananas is so much cheaper than getting maybe 1 or 2 boxes of granola bars. So those are kind of the traits that I found that's helped me.
Okay. Sorry, just holding off for your video to catch up. It got pixelated again. So I think we're back.
Yeah, I saw on YouTube it paused. So.
Okay, I think we're back on track. So also on your blog, you mentioned that you did the cabbage soup diet to, I guess, jumpstart this, getting your, I don't know, your taste buds accustomed to eating healthy. So can you talk about that experience?
Yeah, cabbage soup diet was huge. That was back before, so this was the transition. Before I was telling you guys I was eating the muffins and the pastas and all that bad stuff. And then I got to the point, it was June 2010, I believe, I said, I got 7 people together. I said, hey guys, I read up on this detox and I think we should try it. So I tried it and lost 7 pounds. Again, I don't need to physically lose weight, but that's just what it did for me. And what it did is it made me disciplined, because that was 1 week of being very miserable. You felt really weak because you didn't have a lot of protein. And there's tons of detoxes out there. That one is definitely on the more extreme end versus the one that I recently did in March. But that just kind of got me focused. And so by the end of the week, I really did feel more energized. I felt light. And I said, okay, well, I just cleaned my body for a week. I'm not going to go back to eating crap. And so ever since then, I've been eating healthy and I changed my diet. So I recommend a detox to everyone, as long as, again, you consult your doctor to make sure that you're able to do that.
Nice, okay. And you also mentioned that you eat 6, maybe 7 meals a day. What do those meals look like? Are they big meals or are they small meals? And I guess why do you do that? What are the benefits?
Yeah. Well, one, I'm the nature of eating. I like to eat, so I don't like to plop down just 3 meals a day and gorge on food. So definitely portion control. A lot of people don't know how much they should be eating. Well, I figure if you eat a bowl of oatmeal, everyone knows that oatmeal, you're going to be hungry maybe 1 or 2 hours later. That's when the fruit kicks in. So that's why, I have that meal and then lunch. So that's already 3 meals of your day. Same thing applies lunch, especially people that work, that sit down at a desk all day. You don't want to have heavy food so that you can be asleep at your desk all day. And people that are standing up in a warehouse, for instance, maybe you do want something a little bit more heavy, but you kind of have to gauge that yourself. And then for me, again, I don't eat, I get full enough to possibly hold me till dinner, or I might need an afternoon snack, but again, I don't gorge, so regular portion size. And then dinner, and then after dinner, I might. But I recently came up with this conclusion because I changed my schedule. Instead of eating that 6 meal a day, I just go to bed earlier. Then I'm not wanting to eat another meal at night. And if I do eat a meal at night, I've been eating cereal a lot, which can be bad, can be good, because it's still refined carbs, and milk is said to have mucus and make you bloated. But that's just works for me.
Okay. Speaking of milk and that belly bloat, I know so many women want to get rid of that. Me, myself, I start off in the morning, I'm like, yes, I can almost see my abs, and then by lunch it's like, a food baby. What is going on? So what specifically have you tweaked in your diet that has allowed you to maintain such a flat stomach?
Yeah, kind of flat. I would say that absolutely, hands down, guys, if you can get rid of, okay, when I say get rid of bread, you don't have to get rid of bread 100%. I mean, there's healthy bread like Ezekiel bread, which I personally don't buy because I'm pretty frugal, but let's just say I do want bread. I might have bread once or twice a week. Again, that's 6 meals a day. 7 days a week. Out of those, that long week, I'm only eating bread maybe 2 times. And that's just my preference. So I've honestly seen it. I've done it maybe 2 or 3 times months. Get rid of bread, don't eat pasta, and you'll have a flat stomach. It really works. And dairy as well. Dairy, like I said, I've been doing some reading, and that also makes you bloated. That's why you see a lot of vegans and some vegetarians. They just get rid of it. And, of course, that's why they're nice and thin and lean. So that's just one thing that maybe you can experiment with yourself, with your body. Everyone's different. Maybe you will see a change, maybe you won't. For me, it's definitely bread and sweets and stuff like that.
Okay.